The type of research that I lead as a professor of applied cognitive psychology is largely concerned with how theories and concepts within psychology can be applied to real-world problems. And that means that I work with my colleagues within the Institute of Psychology, and I also work extensively with external agencies, for example, the UK Government Ministry of Defence, who have funded some PhD students that I currently have, the United States Department of Homeland Security, who have also funded research here at the University of Wolverhampton, and within the Institute of Psychology itself, most of us have an idea about how our research findings can be applied to the real world. And that's the sort of research that drives us. So within the Institute of Psychology, we have a wide range of academic topics which we apply to the outside world. For example, helping people with intellectual disabilities to access, for example, the criminal justice system or other services. I also have colleagues who are doing work on eating behaviour, which is very current at the moment, and we have a number of PhD students who are working on decision making. So working with PhD students is a pleasure and an honour because they trust you to guide them through the PhD process. And becoming a researcher is, I suppose, an apprenticeship. And we hold their hands virtually from the very moment that they walk in the door at the University of Wolverhampton till when they leave, when they are fully fledged qualified researchers. That PhD journey has its ups and downs. We have great highs, for example, when a student is successful and they start from their first day, and then when they get their first paper accepted for publication, when they start to present their research findings at professional conferences, and when they then start to form their PhD thesis and they start to write and understand in great detail their findings and the implications of their findings. As that process progresses, I personally find that during the 3-year period, which is typically how long it takes if you're full-time, but up to 6 years if you're part-time, I start to begin to learn new concepts, theories and findings from my students, and the role reverses somewhat. So I start off by guiding them, and then towards the end of the thesis they are guiding me.